Coming up on Double Take Sports Talk, we are going to recap yesterday's NFL games and do again the preview for the two Monday night games. That's coming up on Double Take Sports Talk. All right, Double Take Sports Talk. Welcome back again. For those of you that have joined us, hello again. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at. Good evening. There's Daryl on the other side of me.
All right, what's going on?
All right. I was on NFL.com and all this time, and it wasn't until right when we started the show was when I actually realized that they updated the website. I thought all this time I was looking at Saturday's last update. I was trying to figure out why all the losing teams' record will update, but the winning teams didn't. I thought it would just show them as 0-0. For example, New England, I thought they were 0-0. The Denver Broncos, I thought they were 0-0. Green Bay, I thought they were 0-0. So I'm sitting here looking, I'm like, why is it that they have not updated their record? But on the standings, they updated it. Coming to find out, I don't know how to read.
I see this.
I looked at the parentheses, and the one is so close to it, it looked like a 0. Yeah.
Why would you embarrass yourself on there? Why would you do that?
It's life.
Yeah.
And it's a mistake.
Yeah, it's a life
What is
mistake.
wrong with you? I didn't have my glasses on then. And even when I put my glasses on, I still didn't see it.
You keep on with the charade, too.
I'm just saying. It just threw me off. It's just confusing. You take a look at it. You're not even on NFL.com. If you was
Right,
on
I'm on
NFL.com,
ESPN.
if you was on NFL.com, you would have looked at it the same way, and you're blind, and you don't have glasses. And I know you would have been the first one to say something.
Whatever. But before we jumpstart to do this recap of the NFL scores and stuff like that, there's a couple things I wanted to just throw out there from the news aspect. For those that didn't know, I didn't know. I'm pretty sure everybody knew about it. But Dwight Howard just got released from the hospital today, early this morning, from after dehydration treatment.
I didn't even know he went to the hospital.
I didn't either.
He just couldn't drink water? I'm sure there's a lot more progress.
Yeah, I think it's probably a lot more than that. He was, and the reason why he got admitted to the hospital last night to get that type of treatment, he was in China for 10 days.
And he decided not to drink anything?
I don't know. It just said that he was there for 10 days in China promoting a promotional tour with the shoe manufacturer, Peak.
Mm-hmm.
So they had reviewed his, unveiled his DH2 shoe. So that'll be, of course, of the color of the Atlanta Hawks, his new team. And so he apparently he had went to the hospital for dehydration. So I don't know. They didn't release that type of information. And Chris Villamore, I guess it is, from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, he threw an article out there about a little over 2 hours ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and then one more thing. September 12th.
It's today.
Yep, that's today. September 12th, of course, 1984. The same day the Chicago Bulls drafted the third-round pick of world-famous, unknown North Carolina, Michael Jordan.
Congratulations. Went on to win 6 championships with the Chicago Bulls and a 3-peat.
But what I don't get, what I'm driving crazy about that was 32 years ago. Today, 32 years ago.
32 years. You can only imagine. 32 years ago, we weren't even born yet.
Nope. And now Jordan's 53.
And probably can go out there and hoop on everybody in the NBA right now.
He probably could. Okay. That's it for me for that portion.
Okay. All right, you ready to go over the recap of yesterday's game?
Yes.
Let's do this. Let's start with the Buccaneers and the Falcons.
I lost that bet too?
No, you won.
I didn't win that. Look on my paper. You said the Buccaneers was going to win. I didn't say that.
I did the teams that lost.
See, and I did the
Well, fine. Here's what we'll do then. We'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and do it. I got
man. I look, just so you know, I got the Packers, Jaguars up, Chargers, Chiefs pulled up, Bengals, Jets pulled up, Vikings, Titans pulled up, Dolphins, Seahawks, and Lions and Colts.
Yeah, I'm looking at your results. These are teams that you won, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do the.
You're supposed to. You won that.
I thought I did the teams that I lost. I didn't lose that bet. I didn't lose it, Durham.
Oh, I did lose it.
Well, no, you didn't.
On my paper.
Me and you both won. We both picked.
I didn't say Buccaneers.
Oh, you did the Falcons. Yeah, you did say the Falcons.
I said the Falcons.
Yeah, you lost that bet.
Oh, gosh.
You lost
See,
that bet.
I was supposed to do the teams that won.
It's all right. It's all right. I got it. Jameis Winston just won his third straight. No, his well, actually, he won against the Falcons for the third time in his career, and that's the third straight time that he won to the Atlanta Falcons in his career.
Was that
the
NFC
since he
South?
started. Yes, that's the NFC South.
Oh, okay.
That is the NFC rival. He threw an interception in that game, but threw for 4 touchdowns in that game. And like I said at yesterday's show, with yesterday's show, I said that Jameis Winston would be a contributing factor, and I believe that he's going to get better and better every single day. Charles Sims III and Mike Evans and quite a few other other players was a contributing factor. I'm sorry, Drake Zevia and
who don't know
all this good stuff. They were all contributing factors to Jameis Winston and helping him with his weapons and being able to create plays. 23 for 33, 281 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a pick. Matt Ryan, according to this, did not look very good in this game.
That's what hurt my feelings. That's why I said the Lions going to win.
The Falcons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought Ryan was going to throw all over their defense.
And just as an FYI, before we even continue, going over the results from yesterday's predictions that we did for yesterday's show. Tyron, our guest from yesterday, he actually finished 4-9. I'm sorry, buddy, but you only won 4 games. And I still ain't heard a word from you, so hopefully if you're listening to this, I want to hear from you. Daryl finished 6-8 yesterday. Won 6 games, and of course those 6 games: Vikings, Titans, Bengals, Jets, Chargers, Chiefs, Packers, Jaguars, Dolphins, Seahawks, Lions, and Colts.
See, and I got them all pulled up too.
And the teams that Tyron won to was the Vikings, Titans, Chargers, Chiefs. I'm sorry, not Chargers, Chiefs. Bills, Ravens, Packers, Jaguars, and Dolphins and Seahawks. And the games, I finished 9-5 yesterday. The teams that I won to was Buccaneers, Falcons, Bengals, Jets, Raiders, Saints, Chargers, Chiefs, Bears, Texans, Packers, Jaguars, Dolphins, Seahawks, Giants, Cowboys, and the Lions and the Colts. We still got 2 games on the docket tonight for
to wrap up.
Week 1. That's the Tampa Bay and Falcons game. You won the Vikings and Titans, and I lost the Titans and the Vikings game. And I have theirs right here. Shaun Hill started that game yesterday. He finished 18 for 33, 236 yards, no touchdowns, and no interceptions. Considering in that, I don't know how they won that game, considering that Shaun Hill did not get a touchdown. Adrian Peterson didn't get no touchdown. He only rushed for 31 yards.
It might have been the defense.
Let's see, the defense. According to the Vikings defense on NFL.com, no block punts.
They already missed a field goal.
Now, the Vikings did score 2 touchdowns.
On defense.
They had an interception and a fumble.
Mm-hmm.
But I do not know where that came from. They didn't get no safeties either.
The interception touchdown came...
Oh, was it a pick 6?
Yes, it was a pick 6. It was in the... I believe it was in the third quarter. No, second quarter. Sorry.
Well, considering I'm just amazed that the Vikings still won that game, considering that Shaun Hill started.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not very confident with Shaun Hill right now. I'm still not confident in him because this is just week 1.
I'm not too much either.
I'm still not confident in him. So this is just me. I'm just not confident. Tennessee. What is this man's name?
Marcus? Is it Marcus? I thought it was Matt. That might be.
25 for 41, 271 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. He threw for 2 touchdowns. DeMarco Murray only ran for 42 yards on 13 attempts.
That's not good.
I'm very disappointed in Tennessee.
So am I.
I'm very disappointed. They were supposed to win this game anyway.
Yes, they were supposed
to. Tennessee's defense, no safeties. Made the extra point. They was 1 for 2 for extra points. Had 2 fumbles. Had 2 penalties for 10 yards. No blocks, punts, or field goals, or nothing like that. 8 for 14 on third down, 57%. Well, not too bad, but still wasn't enough to get the win over the Minnesota Vikings. Next game, Browns, Eagles, Durham. Wait. Yeah, Durham. No, that's...
I was supposed to go to Tennessee.
Well, me and you picked the same team, but I got it because that's my stats.
Okay.
Browns and Eagles. I'm very... Excuse me. I'm very impressed with Carson. Is that his name, Carson Wentz?
Yes.
I'm very impressed with him. 22 for 37, 278 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Considering that he never even stepped on the field.
Exactly.
For preseason.
Exactly.
No picks, 2 touchdowns, 278 yards. I'm very impressed with that. Robert Griffin III, 12 for 26, 190 yards, no touchdowns and a pick. Now, I still have faith in Robert Griffin. Although it's still an interception on his stat line and no touchdowns, I'm still confident with him.
I still believe in him too because, like I said, this is just pre-jitters for everybody. First game back, first week back. Once everything starts to roll and the ball starts to roll, things will start to click. So I see Robert Griffin III.
Yeah, I do too. I have a reason to see that they are only going to improve themselves, but not really, make it to a division winner or playoffs or anything like that. So I'm looking for them to really do something this year anyway, but not a whole lot. Philadelphia, like I said, I'm impressed with them, but I still don't see them even winning the division. Cause they still have some tough teams they got to face themselves, even in their own division.
Sure do.
In their own division, they got to do something with them. Darren Sproles, 5 attempts for 12 yards. How rare is that?
What was that?
Darren Sproles, 5 attempts for 12 yards. Kickoffs, one attempt. Well, one kickoff return for 19 yards.
Was that Darren Sproles too?
Yep. Punt returns.
Man, he didn't get enough action at all. What's going on?
4 punt attempts. 4 punt returns and for 14 yards.
What is going on? He didn't play much.
No, he didn't.
Is he hurt or something going on in the back?
I don't know, but he didn't play a whole lot. I guess the coach just didn't put him in the line. Just didn't put him in the line.
I guess Carson Wentz worked his magic.
Yeah, 278 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, the only touchdown that came from a running back was Ryan Matthews, 22 for 77, and 1 touchdown.
So he must be actually the starting running back.
Yes, he is. Okay. Darren Sproles looked like he's third string, looked like to me, but he mainly plays, of course, special teams.
Yeah.
Okay, next game. Browns. Wait a minute, sorry, just did that. Bengals Jets.
That shall be me.
That is you. Take it away.
Okay. Very good game here in the greats of New York. Cincinnati Bengals pulled out a 23-22 win against the Jets. Andy Dalton finished with 366 through the air, 1 touchdown, 1 pick on 23 for 30. And his rating was a 114. Wow.
Very interesting.
But his QBR was 54.2.
Yeah, them are 2 different. I'm going to have to learn about that. Yeah, them are 2 different
absolutely.
ones. I'm very curious.
And Ryan Fitzpatrick, 189 yards on the air, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick on 19-35.
I'm not confident with him.
I'm not too confident with him either. They didn't want to sign him either. So I don't too much blame him.
That's why they have only one. They only had, a 1-year deal?
Probably. I didn't pay too much attention to the contract details. Mm-hmm. I put it out there on Twitter a while back, but I really didn't pay attention to be honest. He had a rating of 77, and his QBR was 52.6. Matt Forte was pretty decent for the Jets. 22 carries for 96 yards, but he didn't have no touchdowns. So that's pretty good considering that, you know, for him to be coming off injury, try to recover and stuff like that. 96 yards, that's not too bad. Mm-hmm. And Jeremy Hill for the Bengals finished with 31 yards, which is not good, on 9 carries. And Giovanni Bernard did 25 with 5. But, of course, Jeremy Hill had a touchdown. On the receiving line, A.J. Green was the best out there, 180 yards and 1 touchdown on 12 receptions. Mm-hmm. That was the best out there.
Right.
Let's see. That's nothing else.
Okay. Next game, we have the Raiders, Saints.
I don't have the stats up.
All right. Let's see what we have for the Raiders and Saints. Drew Brees, 28 for 42, 423 yards and 4 touchdowns. My goodness. For 28 for 42, 423 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. David Carr, 24 for 38, 319 yards and 1 touchdown. They came back in this game. Oakland Raiders came back in this game, and I said that Oakland was going to win this game. And they did not let me down. Not only did they come back,
unfortunately,
and they actually won this game. Daryl actually said they were going to lose this game. Didn't you say they were going to lose this game?
Who, New Orleans?
Yeah, no, you said that the Raiders were going to lose this game.
Yes, I did.
You picked the Saints to win this game.
I picked the Saints to win this game. And they did have it beat.
Yeah.
Hurts my feelings.
Yeah. Let's see. On the defensive end, what caused all this for the defensive end? Well, first off, New Orleans played relaxed. They relaxed too much on their behalf.
Too much.
They didn't think that Oakland had it in them to fight. New Orleans was too excited, too happy. They got away. Oh, Kobe. I just thought I'd share this. Kobe Fleener, 1 for 6.
1 reception for 6 yards. Wow.
You downgraded yourself from being a starting tight end to being a bench player to only get one reception for 6 yards.
Well, that tell you who's your troublemaker.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. Oakland had 25 first downs. New Orleans had 27 first downs. Most of their first downs came off of throwing for both teams, throwing in the air.
Well, here's my thing. While New Orleans was, relaxed and stuff like that, David Carr was out there giving Oakland fans a heart attack.
Yeah. Really?
Giving them severe heart attacks. Just out there, just risking himself
Even giving me a heart attack. I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this. They had 8 first downs in rushing for Oakland, and 14 first downs by passing, and there's absolutely none by penalties. New Orleans had 7 by rushing and 16 by passing. New Orleans only did 36% on third down, 4 for 11.
Wow.
And they did convert on their only fourth down that they did.
And that was Oakland, right?
No, that was New Orleans. Oakland didn't even convert on fourth down. And they also had 36%, 4 for 11 on third down efficiency. So they didn't even, they both did horribly on third down. So they had to prevent third down in order for them to do good, which was one of the reasons why this was a high-scoring game. Just simply because they got their first downs maybe with, right at first down or at second down or something like that. They don't say anything about them having it by penalties or anything like that. Although Oakland was very undisciplined when it came down to penalties, and New Orleans was actually more disciplined. New Orleans had 7 penalties for 53 yards, and Oakland had 14 for 141 yards. But New Orleans coughed up the football twice, and they actually lost that one out of the 2. Oakland coughed up the football once, but didn't lose any out of it.
So you would think that turnovers played the big factor for
yes, it did.
Oakland.
Matter of fact, where are the turnover numbers at? I don't see it on here by any means necessary.
So if that meant, that probably meant that New Orleans had 2 turnovers and Oakland had 1. Well, probably
actually they probably had 1 turnover, and that would come from that fumble. Wait, did they throw any picks? Nope, neither one of them threw picks. So yeah, that came from that 1 fumble that New Orleans lost.
So that probably could have been 1 turnover right there.
Yep. They both scored 4 touchdowns for both teams on a team
that sounds good
basis. Okay, next we have Chargers, Chiefs.
Yep, that's me. I got it right here. All right, San Diego Chargers Kansas City Chiefs pulled away with a 33-27 win
after coming back
from 21-3, I think it was. In overtime after Alex Smith's 2-yard touchdown run. And speaking of Alex Smith, he finished with 363 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. That could be 1 included. Yep, that was 1. One of those touchdowns included the rushing touchdown, and he threw a pick.
Alex Smith did.
Yes, and by far the most accurate quarterback in the league, Phillip Rivers, finished with 243 yards on the ground. Through the air, sorry. And a touchdown. No picks, though. Which is pretty interesting. On 25 for 36. And Alex Smith was 34 for 28. Well, I believe that hurt them. Kansas City had total yards of 413. And San Diego only had 388. Which is not too bad comparing, team by team stats. But what hurt the most, well, it really don't matter because Kansas City had a turnover. They still won the game, but San Diego didn't have none. But the penalties, they was very undisciplined, like we would always say. Kansas City was 6 penalties for 46 yards. San Diego was 5 for 30. So that right there, that could have caused the game for anybody. That was a toss-up for anybody to win.
Okay. Bills, Ravens. Tyrod Taylor, 15 for 22, 111 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Joe Flacco, 23 for 34 yards, 23 for 34, 258 yards, 1 touchdown and no picks. What I'm interested in is looking at Reggie Bush's stat line. 3 attempts, negative 4 yards.
Are you serious?
No touchdowns. His longest was 5 yards. Um,
This is for Buffalo.
yeah, Buffalo. Mm-hmm.
Where's LaShawn McCoy at?
16 for 58, 1 touchdown, and his longest was 16 yards.
They got work to do.
Tyrod Taylor do too. 15 for 22, 111 yards, no touchdowns and no picks. How in the world did they lose that game? Bam. LaShawn McCoy was the only one that scored their only touchdown of the game.
Yeah, they got work to do.
I'm very disappointed in them. Again, they let me down.
Always.
Yeah,
That's always.
Yeah, they let me down. They only converted on 23% of their third downs. Baltimore converted on 40 of their first downs, 40% of their first downs. But Buffalo did convert both of their first downs. They converted on both of their first downs.
Swell.
7 punts for Buffalo's and 3 punts for Baltimore. Wow. And both Baltimore and Buffalo only scored 1 touchdown.
Wow. Wow.
Time of possession, 32 minutes, 53 seconds, and for Baltimore and for Buffalo, 27 minutes, 7 seconds.
Don't even feel like time possession mattered this game.
Didn't matter because that was a very low-scoring game.
Very low scoring game.
Very low-scoring.
That's probably the lowest that we've seen in week 1.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Bears, Texans.
Did I get rid of the stats? Oh, darn. Yes, I did.
Okay. I will do it. No problem.
Sucks to be me today.
Who did I just say? I forgot who I just said.
Me too, dear.
Bears and Texans. Bears and Texans. Let's see what we got for this game. I didn't pay attention to this game. We
Who was
have
paying attention to the score?
Jay Cutler, 16 for 29, 216 yards, 1 touchdown, a pick. Brock Osweiler, 22 for 35, 231 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception also.
Did Texas win that game?
Yes, Texas won that game. Let's see. I don't even know who their running back is. Who is this Jay?
So you think now, with Houston winning the first game, and they was the only team to win in the AFC South, do you think that Houston has a chance?
I do, but I'm still going to stick with Tennessee until week 5. I'm giving them until week 5 to do something.
Wow.
The Bears had 14 first downs, and Houston had 17 first downs. The Bears converted on 30% of their first downs, and Houston converted on 60%. That was a big factor in their win.
That's interesting coming out from everybody.
Yeah. But Houston held the ball longer, 36 minutes and 19 seconds, compared to Baltimore. Chicago's 23 minutes and 41 seconds.
See, and when Peyton Manning was playing, everybody had to consider time of possession.
Yeah, they had to consider time of
They
possession.
had to consider time of possession. Nobody now, shoot, don't nobody do it now?
No.
Peyton Manning retired. So now it seems like that the time of possession don't matter. Everybody just up and running, up and playing.
Yep. Packers, Jaguars.
Yep. Green Bay stole the game from Jacksonville.
All right.
27-23 at Jacksonville. One of the things that stood out to me that really opened the game up, well, not really opened up the game, but you would have thought the Packers lost. Jacksonville had 348 total yards. The Packers only had 294 and still pulled out the 27-23 win. And that's very interesting to me. Something to consider that probably took the game away is the penalties. Jacksonville got penalized 9 times for 79 yards. Packers only got 5 for 24. So the penalties could have taken away from Jacksonville to cause the Packers to actually lead unfortunately come up with this win. And we did both say the Packers, right?
All three
of us said Packers?
I believe all three of us. Tyre said Ty said the Packers, you said the Packers, and I said the Packers. Yeah, we all said Packers.
Yep. Aaron Rodgers, 199 through the air and 2 touchdowns. No
What was
picks.
wrong with him? What did Eddie Lacy do?
14 for 61. No touchdowns.
What was the time of possession?
Time of possession.
Because Aaron Rodgers is not a quarterback just to throw 199 yards.
Yeah, he threw 100. Yeah, he threw a total of 199 yards.
What was the time of possession for that game for Green Bay? I just want to know Green Bay's.
Green Bay's?
Yeah, first.
28-37.
What about the Jaguars?
31-23.
That's why.
Time of possession.
Time of possession. That's why. Okay.
But Jacksonville had the ball longer.
That's what I'm saying. I understand why now, because they kept Aaron Rodgers off the field and still were not able to win the game.
Exactly.
I see why now.
Well, here's another one to help you. Jacksonville got a turnover. The Packers didn't.
I don't think that would be a contributing factor. I just think that time of possession to try to keep Aaron Rodgers off the field did not.
Well, that turnover could have helped, and it was an interception. And I think that could have been for Blake Bortles.
So 2 quarterbacks.
Yep, 320 yards to the year, 1 touchdown, 1 pick.
Was he the only quarterback that played for Jacksonville?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
What about Green Bay?
He's the only one. Aaron Rodgers. Yep.
Okay. Dolphins, Seahawks.
Yep. Well, actually, this was the low-scoring game right here.
Yes, it was.
Seahawks won 12-10.
They
to the Dolphins.
They stole this
and
game.
stole this game dramatically.
They stole this game.
And they did it in style.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that really just stood out, of course, Ryan Tannehill, 186 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Got sacked 5 times. Yeah, he got sacked 5 times. And Russell Wilson, 258 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. And he got sacked 3 times.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. So, okay. You want to help me out here, Darren? Looking at Russell Wilson's stats, he had 258 yards to the air. But the total as a team was 27 for 43, 240. Where's the other yards that accommodate for the 258? Russell Wilson.
He's the only quarterback.
He's the only quarterback.
He's the only
258 yards, but the team total itself 240. Where's the other
throwing yards?
Yeah, what other 18 yards at?
Did he rush?
Yep, there it is. 16 yards. There it is. 16 yards.
He rushed.
Yep. He had four carries for 16 yards. Of course, no touchdowns. So, yeah, never mind. That counted my 16.
There you go. All right. Next, Giants, Cowboys. Boy, dude, I didn't realize you lost this much games.
Yeah, I lost a ton of games. 8 games. I lost 8 games.
Golly. All right, there you go. Giants, Cowboys.
I don't have nothing. Not on them anyway.
Huh?
Giants, Cowboys. I don't have them.
Oh, that's right, because we both picked this game to win anyway.
Yeah, we both picked this game.
But you know what? The Giants stole this game from the Dallas Cowboys because the Dallas Cowboys had this game.
Well, I had picked Dallas to win anyway.
We both picked Dallas to win.
Oh, we did?
I'm sorry, no. Yeah.
So you said Giants.
Yeah, I said the Giants to win.
I said the Cowboys.
Yeah. Let's see. We have, let's do Eli Manning. Eli Manning, 19 for 28, 207 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick.
Oh,
and Dakota Prescott, 25 for 45, 227 yards, no touchdowns, no picks.
He needs work.
He needs work, but like I said, right at the preseason, like, don't count him in yet until he plays veteran NFL defenses to see how he handles it.
Well,
now,
he did good considering
he did good, but he has not gotten a touchdown yet.
No, that's fine.
He has to get that ball into the end zone.
Well, absolutely, and I agree with that. And you're seeing that the lower score games, they barely got into the end zone.
Right.
So
Victor Cruz, 4 receptions for 34 yards. He got the go-ahead touchdown, and his only touchdown of that game. Des Bryant only had 8 yards on one reception. Don't know what's going on with that ordeal with I don't know what's going on with Dallas right now. They are really confusing me, which is why I did not pick them to win the NFC East anyway. Time of possession.
I think I did.
My goodness, Dallas. Yes, Dallas held the ball longer than The Giants, 36 minutes, 43 seconds, and the Giants only had the ball for 23 minutes and 17 seconds.
Wow.
And still pulled out a 1-point win.
2. Oh, sorry, that wasn't 1 point.
It's a 1.
What was it, 19 to 20?
19 to 20.
Wow.
19 to 20.
Wow.
That is it. Lions, Colts.
Oh, should I be the honest to do this one?
Please.
All right. Okay.
Ty, I still ain't heard from you, man.
I still ain't heard from you.
Still waiting on you.
Here we go. As me and Darren both said, the Detroit Lions was going to pull out a win, and they pull out a win for us.
Very
Even though they
disappointing.
still made us look bad.
They made us look bad.
They pulled out a 39-35 win over the Indianapolis Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. The only two impressive things I see on here is Matt Stafford and Andrew Luck. Everybody else was just
there.
But everybody got the ball equally. But what stood out to me was Matt Stafford, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Andrew Luck, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Matthew Stafford of a rating of 128.6, QBR 89.6. Andrew Luck's rating was 119.5, and QBR was 89.4. Them were the two things that stood out to me. Very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The ground game sucked. It's going to stay sucked because you have absolutely no offensive line, and it's going to continue. The only lead man that really had it for the whole entire game was Philip Dorsett with 94 yards on 4 receptions. That is awesome.
Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton had 79 on 6, which is pretty good too. And Dante Moncrief had 64 on 6, and Dwayne Allen had 53 on 4.
Look like the Lions did pretty well moving on without Megatron.
Yes, they did. Marvin Jones was 85 for 4. Theo Riddick was 63 for 5. And Amir Abdullah was 57 for 5.
See?
Yeah, and Eric Ebron was 46 on 5.
Okay. You want to change your opinion about Jim Caldwell right now?
Nope.
Why not?
Why?
Yeah, why not?
Why?
Why? Yeah, why?
Because he played his former team and he knows them pretty well? Why?
That's not the same team he had. Nobody on that team was not the same team that he coached.
He still played. What year? I ain't finna get into that. Okay. That's fine.
Patriots, Cardinals, Jimmy Garoppolo. I kept telling everybody, this man been on a team with New England for quite some time. So it's not like he's some cat off the street just trying to learn the playbook. He already knows the playbook. He just has to go out there and play. Jimmy Garoppolo, 24 for 33, 264 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. Carson Palmer, 24 for 37, 271 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Let me just be quite frank and honest, and people probably go shove my throat for this when I say this, but Carson Palmer is starting to become a liability for the Cardinals.
He's a choke.
Just saying. LeGarrette Blount, 22 for 70, 1 touchdown. Wow. Larry Fitzgerald, 8 receptions for 81 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Should celebrate. He called his 100th career touchdown.
Congratulations to one Larry Fitzgerald. Julian Edelman, 7 for 66, no touchdowns. Danny
Amendola.
Thank you. 3 receptions, 48 yards, no touchdowns. Team statistics on the behalf. Arizona held the ball for 26 minutes and 1 second, and New England held it for 33 minutes and 59 seconds. If I am correct, I might be wrong. Yes, this is New England. Yes, that is correct. New England had 8 penalties for 69 yards. Arizona had 6 penalties for 58 yards. New England converted on 62% of their first downs, and Arizona converted on 50% of their first downs. I'm sorry, third down. Excuse me. Neither team went for it on 4th down.
Very interesting.
That is the stats and information and recap of yesterday's games, and of course, got 2 Monday Night Football games coming up tonight. 7:10 on ESPN, we had the Steelers and Redskins, and followed by the Rams and 49ers at 10:20 Eastern time. So a lot of you guys going to be staying up late if y'all watching the Monday night games.
I'm not watching.
Of course not. As a recap, Tyron picked Steelers over the Redskins, and he also picked the 49ers over the Rams. And me and Daryl also picked the same predictions for Monday night. We shall see how this works out for us. It's a very fun competition.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
All right.
That will wrap up our show of Double Take Sports Talk. You can check us out on the social media side and listen to more of our podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter at DTST2414. Like us on Facebook, Double Take Sports Talk page at The Watch Brothers. Subscribe on YouTube and also subscribe to our podcast on the podcast app featuring iTunes. Of course, got the blog featuring critical thinking and analysis. You can check that out at doubleTakeSportsTalk.blogspot.com. The referees better get it together if the Colts gonna win any more games too. It seemed like they favored the Lions that game too.
They favored them, but they have to overcome those referees.
And they do. You're exactly
really
right.
have to overcome
But
them.
you're gonna call a roughing the passer on the Colts for Matthew Stafford, but don't even do it for Andrew Luck.
They want him injured.
They want him hurt again.
They probably do fantasy too, just so y'all know.
They probably do.
Just throwing it out
Yeah,
there.
they probably do. Just like that judge. All right, that wraps it.
Daryl on the other side of
Yeah.
me. Catch up with us on another episode.
All
Until
right.
then, ciao.